Welcome back to Big Balls Fantasy Football. It's me, Greg the Beast, with 3 Beast Mode picks for you that are so scary they make Miley Cyrus's twerking look completely normal. We're going into the playoffs, of course, and I'm giving you 3 players that have just been balling all season, and you're going to be able to use these guys, for the most part, the next 3 weeks of your playoffs. I know a lot of you aren't starting until week 15, but then you're just going to be able to hit it home, solidify a nice high playoff spot, and knock down those guys in 7th and 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th place. My first pick, Matthew Stafford, quarterback of the Lions. What a damn stud. 27 touchdowns, 3,825 yards. Holy cow. Every week this guy has been putting out. He has the weapons. He has Megatron. He's had Burleson. He's had, Forey a few weeks at a time. He's had everybody to pass to. He's just been doing great for you. On Thanksgiving, as predicted, he put out, killed, just completely annihilated the Packers defense. 330 yards, 3 touchdowns in week 13. He's just astounding. You have 3 good weeks coming up for the playoffs. Week 14, you have Philly. We know how crappy their defense is. Jenilee's already told you about how Megatron's going to light up that defense. Week 15, you have Baltimore. They're not the Baltimore defense of last year. No Ray Lewis. Still pretty good, but I still think that Stafford can torch him. And then you have Week 16 against the lowly New York Giants, and we know how horrible they can be and how bad they are against the pass. So Stafford's just going to go off. Megatron's just going to be dancing 3-4 times in the end zone. It's just going to be awesome. So you need to make sure you put Stafford in. My second beast for you this week, because Jenilee went for a 4 balls pick, I figured what the hell, I might as well do it too. Running back Steven Jackson of Atlanta. He finally got it together. I drafted this guy. I drafted him pretty high in my draft and then had to bench him because of injuries. But finally, the last few weeks, he's really gotten it together. Week 12, he went 63 yards and a touchdown. Week 13 against the Bills, he went 23 for 84 and 2 touchdowns. He's finally getting it together. He's finally getting his speed going. As long as he stays healthy, that's the key. You have 3 pretty good weeks out of him coming up in weeks 14, 15, and 16. Week 14 against Green Bay. We know how horrible they've been letting teams get them on points. Washington, week 15, total gimme. And then week 16 is a little tough, a little dicey. You might want to put him in the flex against San Francisco. My third beast for you this week is one of the horsemen on the Broncos, wide receiver Eric Decker, who I know has been a little bit of a sleeper on and off, hasn't been consistent every week, but I've been putting him in on a 1-2 punch on one of my teams with Demaryius Thomas, and it's been getting the job done. The Sheriff finally paid off for him, gave him some huge fantasy dividends. In some leagues, got up to 50, 55 points. In Yahoo, I got 50. Versus Kansas City last week, 8 for 174 yards and 4 touchdowns. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 touchdowns. That's some crazy Megatron action. Eric Decker, the Sheriff, finally finds him in the end zone a whole ton of times. Now, his last monster week was back in week 7, but he's gotten a lot of PPR points since. He has 3 good fantasy playoff weeks coming up for you. Week 14, Tennessee at home. Week 15, San Diego at home. We know how good the Broncos have been doing at Mile High. San Diego kind of got to them at home down there at Qualcomm. It's not going to happen up there. Decker is just going to be finding the end zone. Orange Julius is going to be finding the end zone. Wes Welker is going to be finding the end zone. It's going to be awesome. Week 16 is at Houston. How piss poor is Houston? They are just going to ball out. The Broncos are just going to go crazy on them. Houston has nothing to play for anymore, and it's just going to be pathetic. Speaking of pathetic, I've done horrible in this league, but coming up next is Prost, who came first for the season in our biggest balls and maul league, but now he has a target on his back. Too bad I'm not even in the playoffs to take him down, but Jenilee has a chance. Everybody else has a chance. Go get Prost. But Prost is coming up next with the injury report and with his one-hit blunder of the week. Stay tuned.